here's a simple box. I might give this box a little bit subdivisions. I think height should be 2, should be all right. All right, so this is the first one. I'm going to let's give more subdivision along this one. Since later I want to have more control points. So Control D, I'm going to duplicate this guy. Control D, duplicate again. All right. Then I'm going to create just a simple column here. All right, this is like a modern building with really simple structures, right? 4 columns, couple of slabs. Then I'm going to create a simple roof here. All right. And then I'm going to give this roof, let's give 20. All right, so that's a really, really simple building, right? Like that. Okay, so next thing I'm going to actually, let's create some wall here, just to make it more complex. Let's give the wall some change. All right, so one wall here, another wall here, another wall here. Maybe I want to move this wall a little bit. All right, so that's couple wall here. Let's create one more. So Control D, duplicate, going to rotate 90 degrees, move the wall right here. All right, that's much better. All right, so here you can see a quite complex building, right, with all the basic components combined together. So next thing I'm going to do is I will select all the objects, and then I'm going to, I missed one column. Oh, thank you. Here we go. So I select all the components, right? Then I'm going to combine these together. The combine actually will allow you to merge multiple objects as one. It's kind of different from Boolean operation. Boolean operation will actually calculate the intersection between objects, but combine is just group them together, and they don't really calculate the intersection or the edges between. So I will just simply combine them. If you look at history now, not history, the outline of my Maya file, you can see right now I only have one single object. Let me undo this. Before I combine these multiple objects together, you see they are individual, right? Cubes. But if I combine them, they merged as one. Okay, so that's the difference. All right, so I think I'm happy with the shape. Then I'm going to Control D to duplicate. All right, so you got this building duplicate exactly the same. Maybe let me duplicate one more. All right, so this one is original. Let's put it there. And these two are new. Okay. So for this new building, I can do something with it. So number one, I can choose face, right? I can manipulate this face. Let's disable the soft selection, so it's no confusing about that. So now if I select a face, I can move the face, right? So I can manipulate everything here. So I can go to the vertex, move up. I can go to here, extrude. I can go to the columns, can scale up. I kind of changed the orientation of that. And I can do a lot of stuff here. So let me stop here right now. And you see the point is these two buildings, they have the equal number, right, of points, correct? They have equal number of points. And now I can holding shift, right, select original, so select both. Then I can go ahead to do animation, create deformers, create blend shape. And if I take a look at the window, blend shape window, I should be able to use this slider to make this building morph to the target. Okay, so the trick is actually they are still one single objects right now, right? But when you build a building, it's multiple objects. You just merge them together, use combine, then you can manipulate each point. That makes sense? So you can make this building morph into that guy. I can do another manipulation for this building. So this one, I want simply to do deformation and bend. Right? So I will do a nonlinear bend. So you can see this manipulator show up here. And the name is a bend handle. Then I can click this, this button name is manipulator. I can drag it. So you can kind of bend the building this way, which actually doesn't make sense, right? You see all the slab is not horizontal. The point is I want to actually bend the building horizontally. So let me rotate this handler 90 degree here, negative 90 here. Much better, right? I can click this manipulator. I can drag to bend the building. You see the middle point of this handler will allow you to change the degree of bend. I think I just want to bend a little bit like this. Okay, so I have this building now. Then I select this guy, holding shift, select original one. Then I'm going to create relation by blend shape. And then I can go back to my window, blend shape window. I can see the second slider, which if I drag, you'll see the building start to morph into the second one. I can have, let's see, 50% here, 50% here. So they kind of overlapping, right? So they actually overlapped. Let me change the orientation of the blend, horizontal. Right, so I can drag it. You can see how it responds. Okay, so this is one way to kind of, I think it's the same technique as you did before. Now, so here I will actually show you something a little bit more complex, because when you manipulate this each point, you have limited control, right, about how the building looks like. You cannot really shape a caboose building into Frank Gehry's building like this way, correct? You know, it's very, very difficult to do this way. But there's some kind of halfway to do that approach. Let me duplicate one more time. So duplicate, Control D. So here's another guy here. For this one, I don't want to just stop with manipulate points, right? I want to do something more than this. There's one technique in Maya you can actually, let's go back to polygons. You can actually break apart this building again back to the components. So it's kind of like the opposite of combine. Combine is merge everything together. Separate is, make them separate. So I do that. And if I take a look at the outline, see what happened. Right, this is, let me undo first. This is our original one, right? It's one single object. But if I do separate, it became a group. And under the group, you have all the individual components. So you can actually deconstruct this building, this one single building units, into several elements. The benefit is after I deconstruct, I can do a lot of things. For example, I can change the floor plan. I can just simply rotate a little bit, not too much. Okay. Then I can, select this column. I can move up. I can select this column. I can move up that point. Right. For this floor, I will raise up to here. For this floor, I'm going to actually resize. The point is you do not want to delete objects because that will change the number of points. So keep everything here. You just change the location. I can change this wall here. I can change this wall maybe here. I can change this wall here. All right. Let's move this column in this way. I will move this column this way. This floor plan, I'm going to change the thickness. Put it right here. All right, so I did a lot of different touch, okay, to this building. Then I'm going to select all the objects. Then I'm going to combine this back. All right. So you separate, you manipulate each components. Then I combine this back. So it became one single object again. All right. And this object should have equal number of the points with our original one, right? So let's do that. I will select both. Then I'm going to create a blend shape relation by blend shape. And then let's go ahead, go to window, blend shape. You should see the third slider. But here's a problem. If I drag the slider, you see the building is actually morphing to that shape, right? But at the same time, it remembered the location of each point as well. So this is kind of really funny. One way to kind of counteract this problem, let me undo that. Control Z, right? You can undo that. So before I set up the blend shape option, okay, I can move all the points, all the elements back to the origin. Just make sure they kind of in the same location, right? And then I'm going to polygon combine. So basically you move individual components back and then merge everything to one single unit. And then you set up the relation. So animation, animation, blend shape, right? After you do that, you can easily see you can move this away. Now it's safe. You can move this away. Then let's take a look at this relationship in window, drop, blend shape. It's still doing that. That's weird. Maybe I should do this. Go back to the vertex points of this guy. Then I'm moving this back. All the vertex points back. All right. Then let's see. Yeah, better, right? It does not morphing to the location anymore. You can make this really far. It should be okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this approach, right? So this building now, if you look at the way each component is morphing, each of them is individually responding to the target, right? So you can see some of the roof is kind of tilt up. The wall is moving to another location. It's more complex than the first two. And the good thing about this is you can still merge multiple solutions together. So I can have a little bit, target 2, and then have a little bit target 3. So here's a new building form. Okay, so that's how you blend really, really complex geometry together. Okay, so hopefully this could help you to do something fun.